If you are looking for inspiration, I have got the book for you. A Journey Not Yet Complete by Corey Cunningham Brooks. Get your copy today. You can get your copy at Amazon.com or you can call 876-802-0133. 876-802-0133. Get your copy now.
It's that time again when you're planning your birthday parties, your funeral, your wedding, your anniversary, your family gathering, family reunion, and looking for equipment to rent or even to buy. Look no further than Rick Sales and Rental. Rick specializes in bouncebout, merry-go-round, trampoline, trackless train, snow cone machine, popcorn machine, hot dog machine, tables, chair, tent, pots, pans, knife, fork, and spoon, and many more. Contact Rick today at 631-829-7443 for your discount. Tell him that you were sent there by Chat with the Jacksons. Rick will also encourage you to continue to practice social distancing when you find the best. Why continue to look? Rick is waiting for your call. Call now.
Have you heard about Take It Back Loan Services located on the main street in Monique in the lovely parish of St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies? In case you don't know, we offer personal loan at affordable rate. If you need cash for wedding, birthdays, funeral, Take It Back Loan Services is the place for you. For more information, please call Fitzroy at 347-567-6770. Why stress? Come to Take It Back Loan Services. After all, we are the best.
He makes a way when there ain't no way, rises up from an empty grave. There ain't no sinner that he can't save. Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and his grace is free. And the good news is I know that he can do for you what he's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus. And let my Jesus change your life. Hallelujah. 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 Amen. Amen. Amen.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day we bread. Forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation. Deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Send a shout out to the Jacksons family. And I'm telling you, better days coming. So just hold on. Yeah, man. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, no need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Tune in to the Jackson every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. US time.
Lord, my life has been battered by the storm, raging wind and waves. Right now, I'm so broken and shattered, trying to pick up the pieces. I need your hand. Lord, help me through the storm. I can't make it if you don't hold my hand. my journey goes on. Yes, Lord. Sickness and my financial situation has left me so depressed, lonely, and despair. But your words say you'll never leave me nor forsake me. Yes, Lord, I'm just standing on your promises, Lord. Oh, Lord, help me through the storm. Hallelujah. I can't make it if you don't hold my hand. Lord, help me through the storm. Just try my weeping eyes. My journey goes on. I want to talk to somebody today who may be going through a storm of sickness, a storm of financial difficulty. You buried a loved one last week, about to bury another next week. You need a job and everything around you seems to be crumbling. But I want to speak into your life today. There's a man who's able to calm the wind. There's a man who's able to speak peace in your situation.
And a shout out to the Jacksons family. And I'm telling you, better days coming. So just hold on. Yeah, man. Better days coming, no need to worry. Life too short, you need to glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Better days coming, no need to worry. Life too short, you need to glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Tune into the Jackson every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. US time.
Good night, everyone. Welcome to Chat with the Jacksons. It's another Tuesday evening, and it's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for tuning in, as always. We truly appreciate you. Before we get into tonight's topic, I just want to take a little bit of time just to express my condolences. I mean, I know these parents don't even have a clue as to who I am or whatever, but I was at work today and I happened to see the breaking news regarding all these kids and teachers that were killed today. And, it's just so depressing that we have to go through this day after day, week after week. It's another shooting. And I came across a verse this morning, and it's just very fitting to share based on what has been transpiring. And I'll just read it real quick. I'm not going to take too much time, but I just had to share this. And that's Joshua 1, verse 9. And it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." And I just want us to take that with us as we go through this week, because we never know what can happen. Case in point, the young man that was going to brunch on Sunday, and he was shot on the train, minding his business, and he was just killed for nothing. So I just want to say to each and every one of us in our prayers, just, say a little extra prayer for our children. We send them to school with the notion that they're in safe hands However, that's not always the case. And I just pray that each and every parent tonight that have lost a child, that their heart will be comforted through this pain, because this is something that's gonna be lingering for a long time. So with that being said, welcome again to another episode of Chat with the Jacksons, where we come to you with topics that are relatable, that are a part of our everyday lives. And some of the topics, some are reluctant to touch, but nevertheless, this is real life. We have to venture into uncharted territory, so to speak. And tonight's topic is no different. We're going to be talking about interracial relationships and what are the pros and the cons of being in an interracial relationship. So I know I've said a mouthful, and I'm just going to pass it on over to
Okay.
my
Good night.
husband.
Good night, God's beautiful children. As my wife says, which is looking as elegant as ever.
Thank you. So you
And
love me.
I love the new shirt you bought for me. And
Thank you.
and we are happy that you decide to join us for a few moments. We continue to beg of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Chat with the Jacksons. We are up live on the channel now as we speak. And so we just want you to go over and take a look at it. I'm looking better on YouTube than on Facebook. I want you to go over and tell us how we are looking over there. And while you're over there, just subscribe, like, and leave a comment. It means a lot to us. We want to thank, if we don't call you by name, it's not that we don't appreciate you. It's just that sometimes we are going so fast. As you could tell, I'm the engineer and my wife is the speaker. So sometimes I have to be switching between. And so we want to say, Alisa, hi. We want to say, so Hilary Senior, hi. Yannick Lawrence, and from the Blazing Gospel Radio.ml. We encourage you to join them every Thursday and Sunday on Blazing Gospel Radio.ml. They are also on YouTube. We beg of you to go over and subscribe to their channel. And my screen went out, so I think we see Jennifer Campbell. We want to say hi to Jennifer Campbell. We see Sister Barbara Johnson from the Barbara Johnson Show. We ask you to join Sister Barbara, and every Wednesday and every Saturday morning, join. We are thankful for Pastor David Gallimore, who's always with us, and we want him to know that we appreciate him. We have Sister Dolores Ennis McCoy, who have been with us from day one, and she always supports us, and we appreciate her. We see one of our sponsors, that is Brother Denrick Carter, who have been with us from day one. We appreciate you. And if there's anyone that I overlooked, I'm sorry, and maybe we'll get back to you before the end of the program. On next week, we still have some more credit, so we want to give away some more credit on next week. We encourage you to ask your kids to watch us, be with us next week Sunday, next week Tuesday, if God says so. You could be with us in church on Sunday also, if God says so. And just before I get out of the way, we want to thank, as we said before, Brother Mark Johnson for taking us live every Tuesday between 8 and 9 p.m. Right after that, we joined Sister Corey B. on on the Journey Radio with Corey B. Sister Corey B will be on after the show tonight, and she also on Saturday. Join Sister Corey B. And before I take my leave for the minute, we want to thank also our engineer, Mr. Oral McKinnon, who has been doing a great job. I have to friend him up because I think I do a little splice service tonight, and I know he's gonna grade me low on it for one of my video, but I was running out of time, so I have to go the short end. So I hope he's listening, so he won't be too harsh with me. So now we are back on the topic for tonight. So go ahead, my beautiful queen.
Thank you, my king. So, as I mentioned before, tonight's topic is about interracial relationships. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of being in an interracial relationship. Just a little backstory. A couple of years ago, not too very long ago, that was never something that was acceptable. People would pretty much lose their lives if they were caught being in an interracial relationship. And there is a particular couple, forgive me, I forgot to do my research on that, but there's a couple that paved the way, so to speak, in this country in terms of bringing interracial relationship to the forefront. They were very adamant about their love for each other, and they met with many obstacles, but nevertheless they persevered. And that relationship opened the door, so to speak, for many others that have, gone down that path. We still have a lot of issues, even today, with interracial marriages, relationships. But I would think that it's more prevalent, yes, and it's more accepted. You see people go about their day-to-day business, people walking down the streets, and they're in an interracial relationship, and it's like pretty much nothing. But you still find there is still some bias about it. And why is that so? At the end of the day, I would say love is love, regardless of if I'm black and I'm dating someone that's white, someone that's Chinese or of Asian descent, someone that's of European descent, wherever or whatever that person's ethnic background is. I would think that, it's time for us to show respect in that sense, But again, like I said, there's still opposition regarding that, these type of relationships. So, honey, what do you think?
I agree with you 100%. But while you were talking, I was thinking also that I should ask you. One week we're gonna talk about what's coming to me now. I wish I didn't know before we get married. Some things that maybe since we get married you don't like about me. I said wish.
Wow. Where
So
did that come from?
we will, but I'm not.
I mean, I know we said we were going to be transparent, as,
Right.
But
Right.
do you think you want to venture into that territory?
Sure. I don't have a problem. I'm an open packet. Yes, but back to the topic that is at hand. Is that the question? Why it lead me over to there is that have you in your past have ever been in
Racial.
interracial relationship?
Well, in my teens, there was a particular person that I was interested in. Well, we were
Okay.
both. Okay, I remember we were, it was on a Saturday. We were at a particular high school for SAT classes. And instead of focusing on what the teacher was trying to teach about or preparing us for SAT classes, I mean, we were just, I guess, infatuated, you could say, with each other. So that has been, yeah, my only experience.
You've been going around and around and around.
Well,
The
you
question
gotta.
is, have you been in a relationship?
Well, I wouldn't say it was a relationship. Relationship. It was
Just a relationship, not a
a little
relationship.
relationship.
Just a little. Well,
But I
we're not going to
wouldn't.
ask some more questions. Please don't put your feet in your
No,
mouth.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to be that transparent now.
We want to say good night to brother Jimmy Fagan. We appreciate you, my brother. And yeah, well, since you don't ask me, but I've
Well,
been,
I was just about to get.
yeah,
I was just, looking at the comments from.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been in interracial relationship before. Actually, remember I used to work in the tourist industry in Jamaica, and actually, when I first moved to this country, um, I remember I used to date this white girl. Her name is Carol Garley.
Oh gosh, you didn't have to spell
Yeah,
her name.
yeah.
Gee.
Well,
This is
and
a social platform.
yeah. Well, I don't think nobody know Carol Garley, because
No.
okay, and we were gonna get serious when it gets here, but then things change, and so I don't have a problem being in a interactive relationship. Um, I don't look at it as black and white. I look at it that we are all God's children. Um, but we know how the people look at it different, and we also have to take our kids in consideration.
Right.
I remember being to a party. I won't call names now because people on the platform might know who I'm talking about. So I remember being to a party, and there was this lady there, and she's from Monique, and she was saying that I would never date a black man. They are no good, and I will only date a white man. And we get into an argument because
Well, maybe she was basing that on past
yeah,
relationship
you
or
can base it on
experiences
past
with.
relationship, and I understand that, but then you cannot bring everybody. You cannot bring everybody in one umbrella. You have one bad relationship with one black man. Don't mean that all black men are bad. You
I
can
agree
have a
with that.
bad relationship with one bad white man. Don't mean that all white men are bad.
I agree.
Right, Sister Lillian Taylor, good night.
And we're not just condensing it just to white men. Like I
No.
said before, you have interracial relationships with people of Asian descent, whatever your ethnicity is.
Right.
You find that we have people that are involved with people from different backgrounds. And interestingly enough, I have been, I would say, sort of hooked on YouTube couples that are interracial, that are in interracial marriages. And I would say 95% of those couples met online, as we spoke about in last week,
Right.
dating online. And so far, it has worked for them. So I guess that would be the pro, you know.
Um,
And
as you said, that would be the pro and met online. Um, can I just tell you a story of my research? I, okay, my wife says she want me to sit up, right? But remember, I have to be monitoring. Okay, this lady I was listening to while I was doing the research, and she's ready to date, and she don't want to date somebody in her church because if it don't work out, she have to see that person every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Saturday, every time they were church meet. She don't want to date somebody in the job because if it don't work out, I have to see you. She don't want to date someone in the gym
oh my
because she go to the
God.
gym. That's the only place she go to the gym because then. So she decided to go online, and she went online, and the first person they hook her up to was one of her ex.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, "What? This make no sense. I need to get off of this platform because why the first person they hooked me up to her ex?" But she went back to the gym, so she didn't get a chance to get off that website. So before she get off, she just go back and take a look. This person sent her a message. It was a white guy. She wasn't looking for a white guy. She was looking for a black guy. He was short. She wanted a tall guy. He have a little body. She wanted a slim guy. I was wondering if she was looking for me. I don't know.
No, you're ready to take it.
But she was looking for a handsome young man also. So that would put me out of the league. But fast forward to say, she liked the conversation that he was having. So she would want to get in a friendship, not a relationship. She wasn't interested in a relationship. But after, a few conversations and they met, went out for dinner, she liked what he was saying more. It wasn't like pushy. He understand that they just want to be friends.
Right.
But she, listened to him more. And they start to fall for each other. And they're happily married now.
Oh, awesome. So that's
Right, so-
relationship that's in the plus.
And that's what's in the plus.
Okay, and the pros. Okay, so we also have interracial marriages that are within the same, let's say, okay, let me give an example.
Before you give an example, let's say hi to Sister Anella Lumley and Sister Dorothy Green. Welcome. Good to have you. And before you picked up your example, I just want to tell the audience tomorrow will be our anniversary. And feel free to wish us happy anniversary. And it is my desire that we see many, many years
Mine too,
together.
likewise.
And I just want to remind you of how much I love and appreciate you.
Oh, I love and appreciate.
Oh, thank you.
Don't start getting mushy now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I was about to give an example of another type of interracial marriage within the same, how should I put it? Same country. And the example that I'm going to give, we have certain countries. I'm not quite sure if it's prevalent in Jamaica. I don't know. But I could speak for other countries that I've visited. And one country in particular is Trinidad. And you have where I would say maybe 70% of the population are Indians, and the remaining are blacks, right? Now, bear in mind that the population that are considered Indians are also pretty much dark skin, right? But interestingly enough, while I was there, um, the Indians, so to speak, are on a higher scale than the black people, so to speak. So you find that it's not the norm to date outside of the Indian community, right? It's not something that's, I should say, encouraged, but it happens. So that's the example that I was trying to put out there. So you find within your own country, you have interracial couples, you know, and you have also where, because you're a certain class, you're not, or you're not supposed to marry someone from a lower class, you know, but that's a straying away from the interracial dating. But I just wanted to put that out there. But yes, we find that, you know, there's a lot of negativity that comes with dating or being in an interracial marriage, interracial relationship. And then when you bring children in the mix, that's a whole nother piece to it. Because,
Right. I was saying before you get into the kids, I was thinking along that line also. And I have a question for you. We just want to welcome Sister Izzy Thomas and YouTube. And we want you to join Sister Izzy. Sister Izzy is on almost every day now. She's been doing a marvelous job. And I want to be just like you when I grew up, Sister Izzy. We are watching you. We appreciate you. We want to say hi to Sister Katrina and Sister Angela. Welcome and good to have you. Tonight we encourage you to share the program. We encourage you to share the program. And
since you're saying the
and we have Sister Caroline. I didn't see her.
yeah,
though.
she's watching.
Okay, hi, Sister Caroline. And
Okay.
right. So my question back to it now is, while you have, as maybe parent or adult, you can deal with it, and the interracial and the ups and downs of it, because it's not always going to be ice cream as smooth as pie, but you're gonna have some bumps and bruises maybe going through it with it. Also, I want to play a video in a minute, and we want to discuss that video. But your kids, they come home and they said, "I'm in love with a white guy or a white girl."
What would be my take on that?
What would be your take?
I would not discourage my child, because if that's where their heart is leading, as I said before at the beginning of the show, love is love. Wherever you find love, with whomever you find love, at the end of the day, that's your preference. That's who you desire. And yeah, I don't think it should be of any concern to anyone, right? But nevertheless, of course, we know we're human beings and we always have to find some type of fault and just, you know, trying to make things messy, so to speak. And you find some people would make comments without even trying to understand why or you know why that person chose who they chose, you know? And not that you owe anybody an explanation, like I said, but at the end of the day, if my child comes home and say, well, I'm in love with a white person, or I'm in love with an Asian person, or I'm in love with whoever that person is from another race or whatever, as long as they're not being abused or maltreated and they're accepted by the parents of that individual, then it's fine with me. How about you?
Um, I don't know if I missed. Katrina said, can't use your comb. Don't bring them home, is what I say to my children.
Well, I mean, we teach our children to be respectful. We teach our children rather to be, you know, a good citizen to everyone, right? Whoever they encounter. So, I mean, we all have our opinions and we can agree to disagree, but I would not just come out and say, well, don't date this person or don't date that person, right? Because my child could be dating someone from the same race as he or she and be mistreated and, all kinds of issues. Not to say that in an interracial relationship, you're not going to have issues. Yes, you're going to, but
Hold on. Um, Let me just speak. Yeah, somebody's calling. Good night, brother David. Welcome to Chat with the Jackson.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, my brother. Good to have you on live.
Happy anniversary, and I wish you both live as long as possible till even both of you rocking in a wheel, rocking chair.
Amen. Thanks much, my brother.
Yeah. But I want to say with that topic, it doesn't matter. I look at it as long as you and that individual can make it. You see yourself with that person working together. It doesn't matter.
Agree.
Because sometimes a different race you mix with treat you better than your own race.
Agree.
Right? So I'd say, hey, if my niece or nephew come with a white woman, all I'm gonna ask them, both are you in love with each other? Can you tolerate each other? If they says yes, my blessing is with you.
Wow. That's good. Agree.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Because you see, sometimes we look at color, but
Yeah,
as
we
I
look
said
at
before, as I said, we are all one in God's sight, right?
Right.
So I don't think we should use color because my child bring home white, um, a white person. Then I'm gonna say, well, listen, you are black, you should stick to the black, and so forth. However, I'm gonna have a discussion with the child because I know that in this type of relationship there are some bumps that comes with it that some culture and all these things we have to get used to. But as I said, it's love. If you love the person, then you go for it.
Right. Because one of my niece, she is with a white guy.
Okay.
And I spoke to her, and when I asked her certain questions
Right.
about the person, she tell me the way how he treat her, and I said, okay, just let him know your uncle appreciate him, and all I'm saying, don't lift your hand if he
Agree 100%. Agree. Just respect each other and treat other just as how the Bible said in Ephesians 5, how you should treat each other, and everything will be all right. Don't watch the color.
That's true.
Right, right. Okay, my brother. Thanks for calling, brother. Brother
You're
Gallimore.
welcome.
We appreciate you, sir. Thanks much.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Right, and that's Brother Gallimore. And we want to, before we go to a video, I don't know if you have something else you want to say before we watch a couple minutes of video. We want to say hi to, I think we miss Donette Drysdale, and we also miss our friend. It's Brother Tolosh. I think I always messed up his name. So don't feel bad when I don't call your name. It's just that I keep messing up your name. Brother Tolosh. And we have our mom with us tonight. Hi, Mom. And that's Sister Rita Griffiths. Thank you for staying with us. We encourage you to share the program. And we want you to listen. Take a listen to this video. And let's discuss it on the other side. We might not play all the video for the essence of time, but we want to play a little of the video when I find it, and then we discuss it. I also want you to know that, and I know the engineer is watching, but I didn't have enough time to do a proper fix on this video, so don't grade me too bad.
Patriots Hall of Fame because he was a first draft choice of the Boston Patriots, and he was a black player. You've got a long story of what it means to be an athlete, to be black, to be in professional sports broadcasting. You're an interracial couple, and you face some real challenges with that as well. And Kayla, I know that there's been issues that you've struggled with throughout your life. Being both black and coming from an interracial family. So I thought if you'd be okay, we'd have some conversations and just tell some stories.
Sure.
You were actually married at this church in our prior location by Dick Germain.
No, we were married at a different church in Framingham. Yes, but I can go back in time. Because I missed my anniversary, and she threw me under the bus for that.
Every year. And it's 2 days after my birthday.
Okay. But that's not why we're here. Okay. But I do remember, because it was a black-white marriage, going back in time. And at that time, I remember I was very close to Jenny's parents.
Okay.
As friends. And we met in college, and we became the best of friends. And her parents would have me over the house all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And you're both Christians at this time.
Both Christians at the time. And then I started to like her. Then we started falling in love. And they had a problem with it. They had a serious problem with it. And I saw them change. And it caught me off guard because I thought I was close to them. And then when we started falling in love and we started thinking about marriage, I remember having to go and knock on their door to ask for their daughter in marriage.
So you did that even though you knew that her parents were against the relationship. You still went to ask for their blessing.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted
Bold move, bro.
I wanted to do it correctly, and I prayed about it, and it was one of those things that I wanted to do it the right way. I knew the answer was going to be no, but I still wanted to go to the house. And I remember knocking on the door, and her dad answered the door, and he shut the door in my face. And then the mom came to the door and said, "Come in." And I said, "I think you guys know the reason why I'm here." And he said, "Stop. Don't even go there." And I said, "Well, I came here to tell you that I love your daughter, and I also love you guys.
Wow.
And I'd like to ask for your blessing to marry your daughter." And he said flat out, "No, you have no chance of marrying my daughter. And if you ever have kids,
If that would have happened, we'd never welcome your kids into our house.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
And I said, well, I just wanted to do my part to come over and ask. I still love you, and I love your daughter. And then I walked out of the house. And one of the things I had before I went there was a discussion with my parents.
Okay.
And my parents told me to just love them anyway. No matter what they say, love them anyway, because that's how Christ would do it.
That's the key, right? Because a lot of people would say, Steve, you had every right to be angry and to reject them and not even go and to just move on.
Well, Jay, you can tell because we went around to a lot of black-white marriages, right?
We did. We just wanted to kind of not be naive going into this whole thing. And even as Christian, I was trying to honor my parents. I was the kid that was the pleaser and did all the things that were right. And so it was a really difficult shift in my role with them to be the one that was defying them. And so we would go around. We went to several couples that were married, and they basically said, don't do it. Like, we haven't talked to our parents, and it's over.
Really?
But they weren't Christians.
Right. And they said their parents would never come around. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it. Don't do it.
But our approach was different. Like, we sought out Christian counseling, and this was really the first time I feel like, for me, I had to stand up for something in love, but for what was right. I knew their position was not right, but I wanted to love them too and respect them. I wanted to honor them. And we really, it took a lot of self-discipline because very hurtful things were said. I told it would be better if I were a drug addict, among a million other things. And I know Steve used to say, "Well, I'm not that bad."
Well, maybe I am,
but we really sought out to respond in love. We knew that we said, this phrase, "What would Jesus do?" Well, he'd love them. But it wasn't like, it's okay what you're saying. Yeah. It's not, but we love you, and we're trying our best to understand, but we're going forward. And that's what we did. We went forward, and I moved out here by myself. They were having nothing to do with our wedding, and my mom came around maybe about 2 or 3 months beforehand. She said, "I'm coming without you," which was a big deal.
Without the dad.
Without my father. They were kind of this corporate country club couple, and successful, whatever that means. And then really 3 days before we were getting married, my dad called and said, "Would you still have me? Can I walk you down the aisle?"
Wow.
And
but let me give you a sense of what her dad was like.
Now, I know what you're going to say, and this really doesn't have anything
Well,
to
I
do
just
with
want to give the image. I want to give Mike the image. I know you.
I wasn't born yet.
You would know this show.
Yeah,
But Mary Tyler Moore, Ted Knight, that was her dad.
Yeah.
He was really impressed with the image thing.
Is important.
But here's what I loved about her dad. He was very direct. I remember knocking on that door, and he looked me straight in the eye. He goes, "You're black, and I got a problem with that."
Wow.
And he said that to me point blank. And my answer was, "Mr. Vath, you're right. I am black. God made me that way.
Wow.
But I still love your daughter, and I still love you."
Wow.
It's funny. For a while, we have 4 kids, and for a while, they never knew this part of the story. They just thought everything was awesome all the time when they would go and visit my parents. And then we had a discussion, and we realized that we would be denying them part of their story. Because God moved in an incredible way in our relationship and in my relationship with my parents, and that was part of their legacy. And so we wanted them to know that was their story too.
Because their parents came around,
100%,
and he became
completely
my best friend.
Yeah,
really.
After that, because he struggled within. There was nothing he could fight against except for the struggle that he had inside his heart. And it was like, he goes, I remember him saying, "I want to hate you, and I can't." And I saw the struggle that he was struggling with. I can't hate you.
He literally said that?
He said that to me. He goes, "I want to hate you, and I can't." Because I was always good to him. And I was always loving him. And it was like, I can't. But I just can't get I had this picture of my dog.
Okay, sorry, we couldn't do the whole video. That's a very interesting video.
But we could put the link as to the continuation of that video.
Right. Yes, I do have the link. So what's your take? What's your take on that?
Okay, as I said before earlier, when we started, back then, it wasn't acceptable to be in an interracial marriage because of the repercussions of that relationship. Here we have a white woman dating a black guy, right? And as much as, they love each other, and I'm pretty sure at some point they didn't see color. All they saw was love,
But they were best friends. And explain this part to me now. Okay, they were best friends before.
Right.
From school. And the
now-
parents was okay. The parents know. The parents love them.
Right.
When they were friends. So I don't understand what's the difference now, because
Well, see, now the tables have sort of, or the tides have shifted, so to speak. The parents could have tolerated them being friends, but when it got to the point where now feelings are involved, that's not something that the parents were willing to accept,
Right.
And you could imagine that the parents have friends and associates that now they're gonna have to explain, oh, my daughter is dating a black guy. And another thing too, it's when you're not knowledgeable about something, you tend to react in a way that how should I say it? Or let me rephrase that. Instead of being closed-minded, right, about, okay, the fact that he's black, why not get to know about black people? We're just put in a box where, okay,
or get to know about white people.
well,
Yeah,
yes, both,
right.
yes, but
Right.
often it's looked upon as, black people are bad, we're stereotyped, okay, we are loud, we're this, we're that. Wherein, if you really get to know, that particular set of people, then your perception will change.
Exactly.
And that's why we have so much, you find so much killing of senseless black people, and it's trivialized versus if it was a white person. And we're not going to get into the
black and white.
black and white in terms of,
Right.
that part, but we're going to just stick to the interracial
Right.
relationships.
You see, Brother Seymour, welcome,
Yeah.
Brother Seymour. He says culture, race, nationality, all of these are irrelevant factors. When choosing a mate, when you find the one that you're looking for, you should just check with the Bible instead of going back to whatever. Check with the Bible for direction. It's here you will find the guidance.
Right.
So you see, when we allow the Bible to guide us, when you find someone, the Bible said, when you find a wife, you find it a good thing.
Yeah, and
And-
as much as I agree with that, and that's correct, you can easily be swayed to say, well, you know what? I'm gonna face so much opposition and whatever, so let me not continue this, and you deprive yourself of what could have been a very meaningful relationship because of the fact that society says it's wrong.
Right.
Society says I should stay within the perimeters of or the confinements of my own race. Don't dare venture out.
Right.
And if we just take the time out to learn about different races and stuff like that, then I think our world would be a little bit different. But, it has been so divided for so long, that it's hard now to bridge that gap.
So you were saying then, well, I'm going back to the video, and you would advise that this is something that we teach our kids.
Yeah, I think in today's society, and with the internet, everybody pretty much
Right.
is
Well,
on the internet.
well, let me ask you though, if you were in this gentleman's shoe, that black man, would you give up already? I mean, if if you listen to old video, he have gone through a lot with these parents, and they embarrass him so many times, but he
was
always remember. Thank you very much, Sister Barbara. He always remember what his father taught him, and even when they were going, the father say, "Love these people anyway." The mere fact the father said anyway is that he knew that they were going to disown him or chase him away.
Right.
But he said after they say that, don't get mad. Just be glad.
And I think also what was more the driving force for him is the fact that, they were friends prior to them falling in love. I think if they weren't friends, maybe he would have walked away and said, you know what, I'm not even going to bother with this because I'm going to face so much opposition. But the fact that they were friends from the get-go.
But why not go back and just continue as friends?
Well, it's not gonna. It's gonna be different,
Oh.
It's gonna be different because, you pass the friend stage, and now
Okay.
you're looking at this person in a different light. You're looking at this person as someone that I want to spend or want to have a future with. But how can I do that when the people that she loves or love with such passion because they are parents are opposing to the love that she has chosen or the love that she wants for herself. So I applaud him for the mere fact that he didn't give up, and to see that I think her parents probably was a little bit shocked to see that, she didn't back down from them.
Yes, well, she
know?
said, I think that was not the first time. I want you to take a look at what Sister Ellery said, and we want to discuss that. Yes, because she always obey her parents. She was brought up in the church, but now she came up on love.
Right.
She knew this guy from school days. She knew he was a genuine guy. It even went on to say when they moved in, sorry, didn't get a chance to listen. When they moved in, he was moving out some stuff out of the garage. The police pulled up and asked him for ID and whatever, what you're doing here.
Right.
And so just because he was black and in that neighborhood.
Yeah. But, like I said, we're not going to get into too much of the black, white in terms of not being accepted. And we have experienced this, in the media, so many cases of whatever.
Okay.
But, there's so much components to being black, being white. But when it comes to being in a relationship, it's even, you face a lot more, And before I get into the other part of what I was going to say, let
Before
me
you
just
get-
read what Miss Hillary says. She says, oh, yes, so I met a Costa Rican recently who claims that he loves me. I could not understand much of what he was saying to me. Question: I should go ahead with a relationship with him and not let my inability to fluently speak Spanish be an issue? Go right ahead, girlfriend. Listen, you can learn Spanish.
How she feels about him, though?
Well, I would think based on what she said, I think she, and correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm right. I think, she has a little,
Yeah,
a little liking there too. So, I mean, Spanish is not a hard language, just as long as you know the basics.
all right.
Hola, ¿cómo se llama?
Or he could learn some of the English.
Yeah, right, mi amor.
Right. What did Brother Seymour says?
Okay, so Brother Seymour says there are levels to life on earth, and the relationship aspect of things is on a personal level. How people perceive you and your mates is on a community level. What is acceptable and taboo to a nation, or
social.
society, is on a national level. They cannot all be intertwined. Your personal choice is yours and yours alone. Caring what others think when making a personal choice can and will be determined to your personal life. And I could not have said it any better.
Amen. And
You
I
know?
agree 100%. And just based on what he says, I was just thinking about the video we just watched.
Right.
And the parents came around nicely. Matter of fact, they even bought a house close to them just because they want to be with the grandkids. The same kids
The
they said
same grandkids that
they
they said
say,
they would
"We
never
don't
be
want."
welcome in their home.
Right. So
Wow.
as the father taught the son, just keep loving them. Just ask what would Christ do,
Right.
and just follow in that footstep.
Right.
And it went on to say that the father, the white father,
Yeah.
he came to the guy and he said, I was trying to hate you,
Wow,
but there was nothing I could find to
That's
stick. Nothing could stick because you were so respectful, and you never fall for anything we set out there. You never fall for it,
right.
and you were so respectful.
Right, because you could just think how many things that father did in order for this young man to walk away.
Exactly.
Belittle him. As she said, there were so many not so pleasant things that was said. But at the end of the day, he persevered.
It's how you answer.
Right, look at
we
it
want to
now.
we want to say good night to Sister Eiley Flavor Blake. We appreciate you, and we thank you for joining us. We want to say welcome to Donna Brown. We appreciate you. Thank you. And to Akeem Stewart, welcome. If it's your first time, let us know it's your first time. And we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we encourage you to share the program tonight.
Right, and just to touch on, like she said, they have 4 children together, and I could just imagine that conversation that they had with their children about what transpired leading up to them getting married and having these children. So,
sorry, let me give you a little backdrop of it, because you didn't get a chance to watch all the video.
That's what I was
when they were telling the kids about what happened, because they don't want they held it from them for a very long time. But as you can see, this kid now is a big young lady now, and she was saying in the video that when she was listening to her mom and her dad talking about the grandparent, she didn't know who they were talking about because the grandparents were so loving to them. So she didn't believe them. She was like, "You guys lying and our grandparents. Listen, we want to go by grandpa and grandma right now. Right. We love these people." And she said it never really affect her based on the love that they showed to the grandkids.
Right. So, as we're talking about kids, that's why it's important, especially if you're in an interracial marriage and you have children, to teach them from young that they're no different from anyone else. Yes, they're going to face a lot of challenges.
Right.
Am I white? Am I black? Am I the, So it's a lot to deal with. There was a young lady that I saw on YouTube also. Her mom is Japanese and her father is black.
Right.
And, she said growing up, she used to get so much negative feedback from her peers about who she is. Are you black? Are you Japanese?
Hold your point there. And because I agree with Sister Yannick Lawrence, and she's saying to Sister Senior that she would suggest that both of you go to language class.
Yeah,
And we want to say good night to Doctor. We used to say sister. Now you gotta have respect and say Dr. Keisa Peart. Good night to the Jackson and to everyone. And Sister Keisa Peart been with us from day one, and we want her to know that we appreciate her.
Yes.
And we're hoping that we could get her on the concert for. I know she's laughing at us. You see her face? She's laughing at us now. I'm hoping that, but she won't be there. But we know that Sister Julene Minto will be on the concert, sitting in for Minister Keisa Peart. I know Minister Peart is saying, yeah, right. And Sister Julene Minto says, good evening, everyone. And to the royal family. That is the Jackson.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
very much.
You put a smile on my face, my sister. And yes, and she's confirmed for the concert. And I know later on, going closer to the concert, we're going to have a talk with all of these artists. And they will tell you what they're bringing. I was talking to some people from Monique, and they were saying that they like the lineup because all of these artists are new artists to the area. So what they're gonna bring, I say I'm not gonna tell you what they're gonna bring, but I'm coming with them. You know what they're gonna bring.
Right.
Lord of mercy, how did we get over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, at the end of the day, we just have to be respectful. I mean, I know sometimes it's hard, when we see stuff happening. It's hard to pretty much like love a certain set of people, but we have to, because God created us in his image.
Amen.
And no matter what we're facing in our society, we just have to, pray and ask God for his guidance, his direction, and his love and his mercy.
Right.
Because sometimes some things that happen, it's just out of not being knowledgeable about, a particular race. And there's so much to learn, whether it's in the white race, the black race, whichever race. There's so much history,
Right.
good history as well
Amen.
as bad history. But it's important that we keep ourselves in the know. Google is a wonderful tool. Anything you want to know, you Google it. There are so many things that was invented by black people that we all benefit from. There's so many things that was invented by white people that we all benefit from. So, we're one big family, but nevertheless, we're divided because some may make millions of dollars while others may make nothing,
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, God created us in his image, and we should all try to love each other.
Amen.
And
Let me say welcome to Sister Anne-Marie Williams Sharp and Sister Melissa Dixon. Welcome. Let's go back to what Sister Jennifer Campbell say. And yes, someone was asking, who is Sister Jennifer Campbell? She'll be on the concert also. And me, I tell her she can sing. Lord have mercy, I can't wait. I went to the concert next week. Okay, Sister Jennifer Campbell said, purpose can't die, which is so true. No one can stop purpose. I really love the determination of the man, that is the man in the video, because he was taught properly. Said, when watching the video, oh my God, wow. And you can see that this man was raised properly.
Yeah.
He was raised in the church also.
And I think that's a big factor too.
That's a
big
plus. Yeah, because if you listen to the wife, they say they talk to other people who do the interactive racial relationship, and it never worked for them. But they never have God in the picture. But they, as a Christian, with God in the picture,
materialize.
Exactly. Right. So.
Yeah. So, but just going back to Miss Senior, I find that what you said was very interesting, and I would say don't let anything deter you from venturing to that territory, regardless of the fact that he may not speak English or speak very little English. Try to learn some Spanish, and you could teach him some English as well. And as someone said earlier, you both could take classes together. So yeah, keep us in the loop.
Yeah, I'm wondering though if neither of them, no, yeah, you're too fast.
I know, right?
If neither of them the gentleman don't speak English and she don't speak Spanish, I wonder where did the relationship come across that she know that
love it. Love is a
love you.
powerful thing,
Oh,
So,
it's just a feeling. Is that the feeling
Yes.
that you felt that you've never felt before?
Exactamente.
Oh, that's the one I told you. That's the one I told you that I felt. And I can see, you see the artists them rolling out, You see Sister Marcia.
Hi, Sister
Smith.
Marcia.
Sister Marcia Smith.
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 All right.
She said, all right. She said, Sister Jackson, leave Brother Jackson alone. I know he's talking about me. But I can just imagine when she hold that mic. And we see Sister Corey B and Brother Mark Robert might have to take the mic from her, I know she not going to let go the mic. My mind just tell me she not going to stay within her time because she can't wait.
All right.
And we want to thank Brother Mark Johnson. I know maybe he dropped us from 17 minutes ago because he have to go over to Sister Corey B. And we appreciate him for bringing us live. And we have someone also just sent us this flyer that we might be looking into it. Caribbean Gospel Jam. They want us to come on. They have a TV show and a radio network, and the Caribbean Gospel Jam. We'll be talking more with them.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So just to wrap it up.
Yeah, before you wrap it up, I get scared when Sister Marcia said seemed. I thought she was gonna say she's gonna miss out on the concert.
Oh, no. She
said when I come here
program.
St. Elizabeth, she said she missed out on the program. Right. Well, you can always go back and watch Sister Marcia, and if you feel comfortable, watch it on YouTube. We are on also. We want to say good night to Sister Valerie Young, and we appreciate you spending a little time with us. And we want to say good night to Javon Jackson. That is my nephew. And
nephew.
We want you to know that we appreciate you spending some time with us. And we want to say welcome to Mr. Gabriel Miller. That is Louis. That's my friend, and we go over this discussion every day before we come on live. So I know sometimes he tell you that's not what I said yesterday, and I don't agree with you. You know, he might be a silent listener on the program, but he have a lot to do with the program, and we want him to know that we appreciate him.
Yes.
So wrapping up.
So in closing, I would encourage anyone that's in a interracial relationship, do you love who you have chosen and love the person that chose you. And it's not going to be smooth sailing because no relationship, is smooth sailing. You're going to have your bumps and bruises, but nevertheless, yeah, continue your relationship and don't let anyone deter you or discourage you from loving who you choose to love.
Amen. And I don't want you to think because you're dating a black person, because I hear this all the time, that we are losing our black men.
Yeah,
because
I hear
and
that
we
a
are
lot too.
losing our black women. We are not losing.
Especially, I hear that a lot with like sports people in sports.
But I just say sports also. The father plays sports. And to go back to the video, the son plays sports and the daughter do sport. And they were saying in the video that the father said because of sports, it taught you how to love. I always wonder why these sports people always dating white girls, or the black guys always date the white girls, and the black one always they always go the other way, always do yeah, and I always wonder why. But now they say when you do sports,
Yeah, because you're encountering
everybody
all
encounter.
types of people.
Yeah, and the father was so great also. Lord, did we say wrapping up? I sound like a preacher now. I'm coming down. The father, he play sports, and when they invite him to somewhere, they told him that he have to stay in a separate hotel. He could not stay with the team.
Right.
But they want him to come, but they tell him that's your choice.
Right.
And he still went, and the team members, some of them was upset. The black one was upset. Why you can't stay with the white one? Why you gotta stay? But he didn't make that a big thing because he have a aim and he's looking forward.
Right.
You know where he want to go, and he know that he's gonna get there. So he stayed in the little hotel down the road.
Oh, but I'm glad that they have, they could, they experience this where they could sit back now and tell this story to their children. And I'm pretty sure that's a valuable lesson that their children can look at and say, well, when I'm in a position to date, it wouldn't matter to my parents who I'm dating,
Right.
because of how they persevered, finding love and choosing each other at the end of the day, regardless
Exactly.
of what obstacles they faced.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. But we are not saying, and I hope you get us good, we are not saying that before you get in a relationship, you're not supposed to go and discuss it with your parent and so forth. Because if you notice, the father went back to his father also. But I'm saying that when you find love and you know that, as Mr. Seymour said, you pray about it and you seek God,
Yeah.
and God give you his blessings and so forth, you go forward with your love.
Right.
A lot of people gonna be pointing finger at you and
Yeah.
saying this, saying that, but at the end of the day, it's who you love.
Exactly.
It's not who you know, but it's who love you.
Ah.
Don't get me started because
No, please, no.
because Brother Mark Johnson and I have a sing off to do at the concert.
No,
And guess what? The loser after he eat one big hard-dough bread, no butter.
Make sure you start getting the bottles of water.
Him a go lose.
I'm in your corner, honey, but
Him a go lose. And there's a three-way sing after, you know.
Oh gosh.
Bella Blair, I don't see Bella Blair tonight. So, and me know who not going to eat that bread. That big, the biggest outdoor bread, toaster bread, no butter, no water.
National bread.
Hey.
Oh wow! Yeah,
When I
that's
hold
something
that mic.
we're looking forward to. But yeah, again, encourage if you have a family member, if you have a friend or anyone that you come in contact with that is in an interracial relationship. Don't bash them or don't judge them or whatever. Instead, encourage them.
Amen.
Because at the end of the day, love is all we need. Love is all we want. We want to be accepted. We want to be appreciated. So,
Amen.
yeah.
Amen.
So, thank each and every one of you that tuned in tonight. We appreciate you each and every Tuesday night. And, yeah, like I said, we always try to come up with topics that our audience or viewers can interact with us, give us your opinions, your suggestions, and so on and so forth.
Right. And we have next week, we have more credit that we want to give away.
Mm-hmm.
So we encourage you to have your kids
Yes.
call, and we'll be giving away a $500 credit to all kids that call and answer one
Just basic
simple
questions.
question.
Mm-hmm.
And we encourage you also that the tickets for the concert will be available later on this week. You could also inbox us and send us your name with your contact number. We are not asking for money now. You have until, if you want a early bird ticket, so long you pay for the ticket before September. You could give us your name, and that will hold you to get the cheap ticket. Because when the cheap ticket's gone, it's gone. So we are taking name for the early bird special. Don't miss out on the early bird special. So you could just inbox us your name and your contact, and then we will talk money later. Ron, we just want to make sure you get in at the cheapest rate.
Right. Brother Nasson says, program done fuzzy. Trust me, sometimes we wish we could go on for 2 hours or whatever, but we just want to try to engage our viewers
and not only
grab
that.
your attention within an hour, because sometimes you don't want to drag it out and lose the audience. So we just want to captivate the viewers for that hour plus.
Right. And then not only that, we have to go over and join Sister Corey B from the Journey Radio. It's a family thing with Blazing Gospel Radio.ml. So it's a family thing, so we keep it in the family. So we don't want to stretch out too much and take up too much of Sister Corey time. So we want to thank you for joining us. Okay, Sister Yannick said she will be the judge for the sing off on that night. I don't think that's a wise idea, because that's her husband.
You and I both.
No, but her husband gonna be singing. Yeah. Just because she don't want her husband to eat that bread, right? And
she and I will be the judges.
Well, well, look, I got two and I've got to do the singer, and me and Brother Mark will judge. Okay. Okay, we want to thank you for joining us, and we don't take it lightly when you spend time with us. So that's why we stay for a little while after and give you another 5 minutes worth of music, soul, gospel music. So we're just going to touch and let go. We don't want to give you too much of what. We don't want to play too much of the artist's song. Anytime we play artist, we're just going to touch and let go. So we'll be playing out some different artists that that even though I know all of them gonna come with new songs, I don't think they're gonna be singing. So even if you hear this song, you might just hear them touch and let go that night. So stay with us on the other side while we go down with some music and continue to share the program. Remember, our views is just our views, and don't hold us. Don't hold it against us if you get into a relationship and it don't work. But we am happy to go ahead, honey.
And we can always agree to disagree.
Amen. Amen. And we thank you. We love you, and God love you, and that's where we gonna sign out for tonight. So my name remains Fitzroy O. Jackson.
And I'm Susan Jackson, and
we are Chat with the Jackson, and we said, peace out, we love you, and God love you, and COVID still a keep. So guess what we wanted to do? Continue to practice social distancing.
Yes.
Especially in Jamaica, we want to get rid of COVID by the end of September.
Yeah, because
when we're going to jump and get on board for the whole night, October 29th, and we don't want no COVID to keep that night.
Yes.
So this is where we take our leave for tonight. We said we are out. We love you. God love you.
Send a shout out to the Jacksons family. And I'm telling you, better days coming. So just hold on. Yeah, man. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Tune in to the Jackson every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. US time.
If you are looking for inspiration, I have got the book for you. A Journey Not Yet Complete by Corey Cunningham Brooks. Get your copy today. You can get your copy at Amazon.com, or you can call 876-802-0133. 876-802-0133. Get your copy now.
It's that time again when you're planning your birthday parties, your funeral, your wedding, your anniversary, your family gathering, family reunion, and looking for equipment to rent or even to buy. Look no further than Rick Sales and Rental. Rick specializes in bunks-about, merry-go-round, trampoline, trackless train, snow cone machine, popcorn machine, hot dog machine, tables, chair, tent, pots, pans, knife, fork, and spoon, and many more. Contact Rick today at 631-829-7443 for your discount. Tell him that you were sent there by Chat with the Jacksons. Rick will also encourage you to continue to practice social distancing when you find the best. Why continue to look? Rick is waiting for your call. Call now.
Have you heard about Take Back Loan Services located on the main street in Monique in the lovely parish of St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies? In case you don't know, we offer personal loan at affordable rate. If you need cash for wedding, birthdays, funeral, Take Back Loan Services is the place for you. For more information, please call Fitzroy at 347-567-6770. Why stress? Come to Take Back Loan Services. After all, we are the best.
Has God been good to you? If God has been good to you, let me hear you shout hallelujah. And I've got somebody with me to share my heavy load. My feet is present near me every day. No trouble overtakes me along life's weary road. Said I've got somebody with me all the way.
Jesus, you are my King. You are my strength. In my weakness, so here I am. You are my King. You are my strength. In times of weakness, you strengthen me. Yours a lily of the valley, the bright and morning star.
How gruesome, another child, a baby, rape, domestic violence. The scenes are chaotic. Serial killers ingesting embalming fluid. Barbaric. The country's on a lockdown. The devil is on the loose.
Eternal Father, bless our land. Guard us with thy mighty hand. Satan, the blood of Jesus is against you. I am a Christian police in Jamaica, and I'm in the Lord's army. A Christian police from Jamaica. How come we come to change up the order? I am a Christian police in Jamaica.
Oftentimes I'm deceived, oftentimes I cry. Oftentimes there are burdens that will never go away. But there is one.
Christian, it's a rocky road, but we all have to tread it. Rocky road, it's a rocky road. Rocky road.
A big sound, I play a big tune.
Christian, it's a rocky road.
My God!
Christian, it's a rocky road, but we all have to tread it.
I want to hear the a big sound, I play a big tune. I want to be in the number. I want to hear. My God. I want to hear trumpet song. A big sound, I play a big tune. I want to hear archangel voice. I want to hear archangel voice. I want.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? And it goes like this.
It's only the grace of God why I'm still standing. My God is not dead, no, 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 He's alive. My God is not dead, He's right here.
Daddy, they went to buy me this something.
Yes, baby, God is going to provide.
Your God is in control.
40 years in the wilderness, He provided for their journey.
Keep pressing on, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Keep pressing on to the higher calling. Keep pressing on, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Keep pressing on. I will press, oh yes. Road is rough and hard, but there's no turning.
A big sound, I play a big tune.
Keep pressing on, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Keep pressing on to the higher calling.
a fortune. It's probably not too late.
It's probably not too late.
Oh, but I don't worry about that much, 'cause I'm happy anyhow. As I go along life's journey, I'm reaping better than I've sown. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Ain't got a lot of riches. Sometimes the going is rough, but I've got a friend in Jesus, and that makes me rich enough. I thank God for all His blessings on me and the mercies He's bestowed. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed.
He makes a way when there ain't no way. Rises up from an empty grave. There ain't no sinner that He can't save. Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and His grace is free. And the good news is I know that He can do for you what He's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus. And let my Jesus change your life. Hallelujah. 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 Amen. Amen. Amen.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day we best, forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah, man, you don't know, say DJ Faith representing for Chat with the Jackson, and every Tuesday night, you understand? Local timer, 7 p.m. International time, 8 p.m. Watch on, man, just tune in on Facebook Live, Chat with the Jackson. You understand? And just have a blessed time with the Jackson family. Because you don't know, say it's all about the glory of God, you know. Yeah, man, so tune in and Chat with the Jackson every Tuesday night, Facebook Live. Same site, come on. Here, you know, DJ Faith representing.
Hey everyone, this is Jess and Brian, and I'm inviting you, yes, all of you, to come and join Mr. Fitzroy Jackson and Mrs. Susan Jackson this and every Tuesday night on Facebook Live for their program called Chat with the Jacksons. 8 p.m. US time, 7 p.m. Jamaican time. You cannot afford to miss it. This program, if you want vibe, this is where you ought to be. So, Chat with the Jacksons every Tuesday night on Facebook Live with Mrs. Susan Jackson and Mr. Fitzroy Jackson. So come, draw a chair and come near. Make we chat with the Jacksons.
Send a shout out to the Jacksons family. And I'm telling you, better days coming. So just hold on. Yeah, man. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Tune into the Jackson every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. US time.